Oh my God, guys, the Long Island serial killer has been caught. Can you believe it? I never thought this would happen anytime soon. And I was literally just thinking about doing a video on it. And I was like, no, everybody's heard about it, whatever. So I skipped and went to the next video that I was gonna film. But out of nowhere, look at this. The Long Island serial killer has been caught. And today they announced the suspect. Oh yeah, guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for clicking on my video. If you're interested in seeing who the Long Island serial killer is, then just keep watching. In February 2022, Suffolk County's new police commissioner created a Gilgo Beach task force. Yes, this task force included the local police, the state police, the Suffolk County's DA's office, and the FBI. The police have called this one of the most intense, prolific searches for a serial killer ever. So yes, the suspect has been caught. His name is Rex Heuermann. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. I'm trying my best here. Rex Heuermann has been arrested at his home on First Ave in Massapequa Park, which is in Nassau County. They shut his whole road down this morning. It is said that he was arrested late last night in Manhattan, and also his neighbors said that they saw a large crime scene unit outside of his house last night around like 11 p.m. Rex is a 59-year-old married architect with 2 children. He is the owner and founder of Midtown Architects true firm RH Consultants and Associates, which is in New York City. He has lived in Nassau County most of his life. The house he was arrested at is his family's longtime home. He walks to the Massapequa train station every day dressed in his suit and toting a briefcase to travel to Manhattan for work. Manhattan is about an hour train ride from Massapequa. His neighbor said that he seemed like a regular neighbor, and also he was just an average guy who had a family and would just go to work like normal people do. Just a random thing I wanted to add in here, because when I was researching this, I saw this and I thought that I would add it. But Billy Baldwin, part of the Baldwin family, he tweeted something this morning. He said, "Woke up this morning to learn that Gilgo Beach serial killer suspect was my high school classmate, Rex Heuermann. Heuermann. They both graduated from Brainard High School in Massapequa." He was arrested after being matched to DNA that was found at the crime scene. Today, the police were at his house searching for evidence. Police were seen removing a cooler from his home and putting it into the evidence truck, the crime scene unit truck, and also the crime scene is only a 25-minute drive from Rex's house. Now, if you don't know who the Long Island serial killer is, let me give you a little bit of background of why this is so exciting and why this is such big news. On May 1st, 2010, 24-year-old Shannon Gilbert went missing in Oak Beach. Oak Beach is in Suffolk County on Long Island, and she came out here and she went missing. Shannon lived in Jersey City, New Jersey, and was working as an escort. She had come out to Oak Beach for a client, Joseph Brewer, shortly before 5 a.m. She went to a gated community 3 miles from Gilgo Beach. A 911 call was made by Shannon right before she disappeared, and in the call, you could hear her running up to neighbors' doors, asking for help. She said, "There is somebody after me." You can also hear her talking to her driver in the beginning of the call, saying, "Please, get me out of here, Mike."
There's somebody after me.
Okay, where are you?
There's somebody after me.
Where are you, ma'am?
I don't know.
You're driving right now?
No, I'm inside the house.
I'm sorry?
I'm inside the house.
What house?
I don't know.
Police were searching for Shannon where she was last seen, and it was near Ocean Parkway. After searching for 7 months, on December 11th, 2010, the body of 24-year-old Melissa Barhelemy was found on Ocean Parkway. She went missing in 2009. In the following days, 3 women were found 1/10 of a mile apart from each other. They were all believed to be working as escorts as well. These women were 25-year-old Maureen Brainard-Barnes, who was abducted in 2007, 22-year-old Megan Waterman, and 27-year-old Amber Lynn Costello, who went missing in 2010. These bodies were all found on a 3-mile weedy stretch on Long Island's Ocean Parkway. All the bodies were found wrapped in burlap. By spring 2011, 10 bodies total were found on Ocean Parkway near Jones Beach. 8 women and an unidentified man and a female toddler were all found. One of the remains belonged to Jessica Taylor. The rest of her remains were found 8 years earlier in Manorville, which is at least a 40-minute distant drive. Another victim that we know was 24-year-old Valerie Mack. The whole reason why the police were searching for these bodies is because they were looking for Shannon. After getting that 911 call, the police were on the search for her because she had just disappeared. And her family was also out there trying to get the public to help. So because of Shannon going missing, that's how they found these other people. And Shannon's body was finally found in December of 2011. In 2022, the police released a statement saying, based on the evidence, the facts, and the prevailing opinion of Shannon's death, while tragic, was not murder and most likely not criminal. These murders have went unsolved for a whole decade plus, over 10 years. And the whole Long Island knows that there's a serial killer out there. I live on Long Island and I know there's a serial killer out there. That is wild, that is crazy. And it's one of the serial killers that has not been caught. This serial killer is like, not Ted Bundy because he was caught, but who wasn't caught? Like the Golden State Killer, he wasn't caught for a long time. And now the Golden State Killer was caught after killing all those people, the Night Stalker, and now Long Island serial killer is kind of up there. That's crazy that I actually live here and there was a serial killer like one of them. I don't know. There has been little to no information given about this case. We didn't know what was going on. We don't know if they were close to finding the serial killer, if they were even looking into it. We had no idea. The only information that they released is the 911 call from Shannon. And also recently, a couple years ago, they released that they had a belt. Well, they had found a belt at the crime scene and the belt had WH on it, or they said it could be HM. About a week ago, the attorney for the Gilbert family said that he had a very strong and credible tip that they were about to close in on the case. This news comes days after skeletal remains were found on Southern State Parkway, which is in Long Island in Islip. The police are going to do a briefing about this case near the location where they found the remains. It is unclear if this is connected anyway into the Gilgo Beach murders, but we just have to wait to see what the police are going to say. I do live on Long Island. I have been by Gilgo Beach plenty of times, and every time I go over there, I hate it because the road is so long. It's miles and miles and miles long. There are no lights over there, so at nighttime it's pitch dark, very dark. There's nothing surrounding the road. There's just weeds and grass, and once you get past that barrier, there's just the ocean. There's just water. There's nothing. And to top it all off, there's no service over there. So if your car breaks down, you're shit out of luck because there is no service and you are not going to get any help. And then the serial killer is going to come and get you. So I just try to avoid driving on that road because the odds are against me. Before the new police commissioner came, the old police commissioner did not want to let any outside agencies help with the case. He wanted to do it in-house with his own police department. And I believe that's why it took so long to solve this, because he just didn't want any outside help. So when the new commissioner came in, he brought in the FBI, which was a key moment in this investigation. He used their technology and resources to crunch the amount of telephone records that zeroed in on the suspect and his Massapequa Park address. After doing this, they put the suspect under surveillance and watched him for a while. Rex is going to court today for murdering the 4 women that were found by Gilgo Beach Ocean Parkway, and the police are supposed to be releasing a press conference later today. Also, any paperwork associated with the case will be unsealed. Do you know what that means? That means we will be able to read and see the evidence they have against him and why he was arrested. So finally we get information. Before we weren't getting information. Like I said, I believe it was only those 2 things that we got. So now we're actually gonna find out how he's connected, because it's just a random guy in a random neighborhood. You've seen the videos. It's just a nice, normal, middle-class neighborhood. His house is kind of a little run down, so I don't see how he's an architect. But anyway, he's just like a normal guy walking to the train station, going to work in the city. That's what people on Long Island do. They have commuter passes for the train to go into the city to work. And it's just some random guy. So I want to see how he's connected. I am filming this video before the press conference comes out and any paperwork is unsealed, so I don't have that information in this video. I can't talk about it, but if I can, I could try to add in here or maybe make another updated video on this. But can you guys believe the Long Island serial killer was caught? He was caught. It's been over a decade and he was caught. Like, I could have ran into him one day. What if I saw this man? That's wild. I pray for all the families. I hope that they get the justice they deserve. I hope there's enough evidence to convict this man because he has gotten away with this long enough. He's been out here just living life for over 10 years, so he needs to pay for what he did. If this is him, if this is the guy, he needs to pay severely for what he did. And I hope that the families have a little bit of peace, maybe just a little bit of peace knowing that the killer was finally caught. Or I hope that the DA's office has enough evidence against him to find him guilty. That's what I really, really hope, because he deserves to rot in jail, in prison, under the prison. Hey guys, it's a lot later and I just finished watching the news conference and I just wanted to give you some information on what we learned today. So I just wrote some things down. I'm just going to read off of my computer and let you know the new information. So Rex was continuously seeking out sex workers all hours of the night, and he used fictitious email addresses, identities, and burner phones. Rex even used Melissa's cell phone to make multiple calls to taunt her family and admitted to killing her and SAing her. They were able to link Rex to the locations where the calls were taking place, which was near Rex's old office in Midtown Manhattan. He had also used Maureen's phone to make taunting phone calls as well. 6 weeks after the task force was made, they were able to connect Rex to the killings through a database. They used the power of a grand jury to issue over 300 search warrants and subpoenas to look into Rex's background. He also made several online accounts under fake names to search torture-related P-corn, you know what I mean? Because you can't see those words on YouTube. So P-corn, just take the C out of corn and put the P, yeah. So, and child P and other disturbing content. We also learned that during the time of the murders, Rex's family was not even in New York State. His wife and his kids, they weren't in New York State, but he was in New York State. He was actually in a tri-state area. In July of 2022, investigators were able to match the hair on or near the victims to Rex's wife. Not even Rex, his wife. Now, I know you're guilty because it's not your hair, but it's your wife's hair. Come on now. So one of the hair was found on one of the buckles of the 3 belts used to tie Maureen's feet, ankle, legs together. Hair was also found on a piece of tape and outside the head area. I don't know what that means, but outside the head area of Megan's body and on a piece of tape that bound Amber's body. They were able to compare the hair to Rex's wife by collecting 11 bottles from their garbage can and testing the DNA that was on it. There was also hair found on a burlap material used to wrap Megan's body that matched Rex. Of course, it matched Rex. So not only the wife, but Rex too. They matched this to Rex by recovering a pizza box that he threw out in Midtown Manhattan. They took it and they tested the crust of the pizza and it came back to a match for Rex. Authorities were able to maintain a search warrant and realized that Rex was trying to keep up with the case by making over 200 searches on Google regarding the Gilgo Beach killings. After seeing this, the investigation team emphasized the importance of keeping everything a secret and close to the vest. They didn't want anything to get out, that the evidence they had so far, and especially that they were going to a grand jury. In his search history, he searched, why could law enforcement not trace the calls made by the Long Island serial killer? He also searched, why hasn't the Long Island serial killer been caught? And the last thing was, new phone technology may be key to breaking case. So he knew that they were getting close and he was trying to figure out how he was going to be caught, basically. So that's what I got from the news conference. I'm pretty sure there's other information. I just put the most important ones in here that I found important, so I just wanted to add it to this video really quick. And yeah, that was the news conference. What do you guys think? Because, like, wow. I don't know if I told you guys this earlier, but Rex was charged with multiple counts of murder, and while he was in court, he broke down in tears in front of his lawyers in the courtroom, and he actually said that I did not do this. Like I said, he pled not guilty, and he said I did not do this. He claims he's innocent, so do what you want with that. Alright guys, thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!